How realistic are TV shows? I am a psychiatrist, and through my training, I can recognize which dating behavior could actually happen in real life and what is pure movie fantasy. Today, as our first example, I'm going to rate the character Joey Tribbiani from the show Friends. I am going to analyze him scene by scene and see how accurate his behavior is, whether it follows real human psychology or just for the TV.
And hey, you need anything.
Here in the introduction, we can see Joey portrayed as the Chad of the group in his leather jacket and very cool hairstyle. He's hitting on Rachel on her wedding day. He's holding a sandwich in his hand. That is a key element. Like, you wouldn't think much of it, but it is an indicator that to this man, talking to girls is like making a sandwich, a normal day thing. For most men, talking to your crush is a big deal. Like, you clean your hands, you're sure your breath doesn't stink, you look in the mirror, you clear your voice. You don't just casually approach her with a sandwich in your hand, especially that she's in the middle of the conversation. So not only he's attacking her from behind, he has the balls to interrupt her conversation and impose himself. This is very characteristic of attractive people. The positive feedback they receive growing up allows them to feel very comfortable imposing themselves as they truly believe in their inherent value. This is what girls mean when they say they love confidence in men. That confidence is usually indicative that you had a positive childhood growing up, which signals to women that they're gonna have children who's gonna have the same thing. I mean, listen, to prove my point, look at how it goes.
You can always come to Joey.
Look at his hand. He casually puts it on her exposed shoulder like she's wearing a dress, so it's literally on her skin, and it is not a big deal to him. He's not worrying about her consent or her rejecting him, and technically he is right. I mean, look at her eyes, like she's looking at his hand, wondering why he's touching her. And wondering is a key verb, because she's not wary or disgusted, she just wants to understand. Dear viewers, this means that he meets the looks threshold that puts him in the category of okay to touch. Because if this was an average looking man who she doesn't know his name, I mean, don't forget that she doesn't know who he is, she'd definitely be like put away, like she'll express or at least show discomfort. But she allows it, and he continues, like he tells her that he lives across the hall and that she can come over. After this scene, like, Monica will tell him that it is inappropriate that he hits on a girl on her wedding day, and look at his reaction.
What? Like there's a rule or something?
He isn't offended, he isn't disbalanced, like he is actually offended that she thinks that this is inappropriate. He literally flipped the situation on them and made them look like the odd ones. And this to me is very accurate. In real life, the most attractive male in a friend group acts this way and gets away with it. Very accurate writing, and I would also want to add that this is very good acting from Matt LeBlanc in his first scenes. He's setting up the flirty playboy style for the rest of the show. The actor is amazing. I mean, this is his most famous role, and he did a really good job portraying the playboy lifestyle. One thing I have to quickly address is that, like, the three male main characters on the show, they're equally attractive. But you must account for the fact that Hollywood wouldn't be hiring hard to look at faces to be on screen, so basically they will have an overall all-attractive cast, then tell you which one is the Chad of the group by their interactions as presented in the previous scenes that I have just shown you. On the next scene, we have all the male main characters in Ross's apartment helping the latter go through his divorce. Ross is basically suffering from one-itis, which is a common condition for men when they believe that there is only one woman worth living for on this planet, and listen to the contrasts in Joey's vision.
What are you talking about? One woman.
Then he goes to explain how he perceives the dating market differently.
There's lots of flavors out there.
He looks at women horizontally, compares them to ice cream flavors that he wants to try, which, no matter how disappointing this is for you to listen to, I truly believe that it is consistent. A man who grows up with interest from different women usually ends up with this approach to dating. Yes, there exist chads who believe in soulmates and a lot of losers who want to pull off the playboy lifestyle, usually unsuccessfully, but the majority of attractive men who have success with women tend to play the fields, which is so far a very great representation of the character. It is only the first episode and you already have a taste of what the author had in mind. It is amazing when the author lets you know so much about someone with few lines and a certain image of the character.
Hi, Joey.
My God, Angela.
Few episodes later, we have this attractive girl who comes to the coffee place where most of the story happens, and she casually says hi to Joey. We learn fast that he broke up with her, which again aligns with his mentality and abundance of options.
Wow, being dumped by you obviously agrees with her.
With a side note here that Monica noticed that she looks amazing today, which is an important comment that will serve us later. We will learn also that she wanted more and he turned her down, which basically happens every day in the life of an attractive man. The thing is that most men never experience this in their lives and have a hard time relating, thinking that this is a fabric of fiction. It is like an alternative universe where men casually reject women. Well, no, in our world, most rejecting is done actually by men. Funny enough, a teeny tiny percentage of men do all the rejecting, but women claim that all men are pigs and they only want sex. I mean, this is all coherent because they also think that the life of the average man is easy and fun. This is the ultimate proof that women only look at a small percentage of men who are on the top. But let's not dwell on that subject. Listen what she tells him here.
You look good.
That's because I'm wearing a dress that accents my boobs.
Basically, she came here to see him desire her. She couldn't fathom the fact that he rejected her, and even if she supposedly moved on and dating another guy, she still wants to see him desire her, to feed the ego that got shattered by this rejection. She wore a revealing dress, she's talking sexually explicitly to him, like, I know part of you wants to say, like, no one talks like that in real life. What girl mentions her boobs like that? I mean, let me tell you which one. A girl who have been dumped by a Chad and now wants to prove to herself that she is hot. This here proves to me that the writer understands women. The real women, like not the fake Hollywood modern image perfect women who do no wrong, but actually he understands how women truly work. Anyways, the conversation continues.
You go on 3 auditions a month and you call yourself an actor. Wow.
Come on. We were great together.
She disses him, making fun of his failing acting career. But the way he handles it, like a true Chad, most men in this situation would be at least offended. They'd be like, what do you mean? You say that? What do you mean? I have a gig coming up and I'm actually doing better than what you think. Like, not Joey. He literally dismisses her hurtful comments and changes the conversation to a positive note. He knows that she does not intend to hurt him, so her shit tests went unnoticed. Joey is not pulling game here, by the way. His natural personality is unshakable. He knows girls don't necessarily mean everything they say, and her hurtful words inflict damage only if he lets them. This right here signals a high emotional intelligence in Joey, which is totally unrelated to how book smart he is, because in the show he's kind of the joke, like a slow guy who does not participate in high IQ conversations, but it shows that one can be book stupid and street smart, which is accurate. Another win by the show. So far, so good. By the way, guys, this is me talking about only this character in the show. Maybe the other characters are not realistically written. If I make the same video about any of the other characters, maybe I will have a different opinion. And actually, maybe I will do that. So subscribe so you don't miss that video when it gets released.
If we put our heads together between the two of us, we can break them up.
Now Joey is suggesting to his friend that they can break up the couple because he wants her again, that hot girl in the previous scene. And I can see you are smelling an inconsistency, like why is this guy with thousands of options in New York City suddenly trying to win over a girl he broke up with himself? Well, that's the thing. I can easily make this make sense to you. He still liked her. The only reason he broke up with her is because she wanted to limit his freedom. That's how he sees it. But later, when he saw her glowing, a lot pretty, he wanted to get her back in his rotation. The funny thing is that even if he succeeds, he will get bored of her fast and he will definitely reject her again when she demands a serious commitment like the previous time. Totally accurate. By the way, if there are any women watching, please confirm that this has happened to you in real life.
The only reason she's going out with me is because I said I could bring a friend for her friend.
In this episode, Joey is setting up a double date with his roommate Chandler, where it is hard to believe that the girl made an absolute ultimatum like that, but it might have been her less attractive friends who insisted on it, or it could be Joey who was feeling sorry for his friend and wanting to get him out there. So although I'm going to assume that he could meet her alone anyway if he wanted, this is still within the realm of possible in terms of this being like just plausible. I can definitely see this happening in real life and not find it odd at all. Unlikely, but nothing crazy. Now here's the date, and there is public show of affection straight away. And that is totally normal in 94 in New York, a hot guy and a hot woman making out in the restaurant, especially that she ordered drinks as soon as she got in. All that attractiveness combined with alcohol, it is totally consistent. Don't let girls bullshit you with like, I don't kiss on a first date, because those rules are for average men and never apply when the guy is actually attractive.
She said she wants to slather my body with stuff and then lick it off.
Now we escalated. She's got horny and she wants him right now. Totally plausible, no comment.
Well, if you can't talk dirty to me, how are you gonna talk dirty to her?
Now this is a cool scene where the expert of girls is teaching his lesser attractive friend the skill of talking to girls. You can see how frustrated Joey is because of all his success with women. It comes natural to him and he's like explaining the process as if it is a transferable skill. I literally had this conversation myself in real life, so I give it 10 out of 10 in terms of realism. This is as accurate as a scene could be.
Well, your sister stood me up the other night.
Now, here he got ghosted, and it happens. He seems sad about it. I mean, it's only natural. He still has an ego. You'd wish that he represents this total Chad where he never gets rejected and never gets his ego hurt. But in reality, a Chad is still a person who might have a similar experience to a less attractive man. It is all about the intensity and the frequency of such events in his life. Now this is dramatic, like we reach a very unrealistic scene. A Chad in the middle of the day sitting alone in a cafe, picking daisy petals. This one is overkill. I don't see it happening like that, so I will take away some points later. I mean, you could argue here that this isn't realism but a symbolic comedy, like the show momentarily sacrifices character consistency for visual humor, which is okay for a show that the main goal is to be funny.
You're gonna be really, really hard to get over.
I know.
Quick recovery here. You can see that the intensity is minimal. Although he's clearly heartbroken, he knows that it will be fast-lived. And every time he felt sad in the past, something nice happened to him. Like he has this history. Another girl, another opportunity. Usually when an average man is depressed, he is unattractive to women. So when he gets his heart broken, that usually means 4 years without sex. Not to Joey, he could bang a girl later that night and forget about this breakup. Yeah, basically a good end for the first season, and my rating for Joey Tribbiani on the scale of realism is 9 out of 10. Besides the petal plucking, everything he did during the first season seems to be believable to me. Now tell me, do you wonder what the other guys scored? This was Guidance Vault, and I'm retreating.